Hey folks, it's Masterpiece, and today I'm going to be doing another vintage collection review. It's for the long-awaited Jango Fett from the Attack of the Clones. This is the Deluxe release. Right here you can see a good picture of the figure that's going to be inside. Two other pictures, one on the bottom left and then another one on the top right. The sides you just have more action poses with Jango. I really like this one right here. That's a cool picture. And then on the back, you have him using his flamethrower with another picture of all the stuff that's included inside the box. Then on the bottom of that, just a bunch of warning and attention labels. Hey folks, so before the video starts, I wanted to let you know that I started a Patreon. There are 3 tiers for you to choose from. The first membership tier being the $3 general supporter tier. All of these proceeds will go towards making videos on my YouTube channel, upkeep of my website, and action figure customs, along with a shout out page at the end of each of my YouTube videos. The second tier is the $5 cosplay fan supporter membership, where you'll have a separate shout out page at the end of each video, access to the gallery of all my cosplay pictures as soon as they're edited and uploaded, voting polls, sneak peeks, help with cosplay builds that I've made in the past, and behind the scene videos. The third and final tier is a $10 Master Supporter tier, where you'll have early access to MASTERLAB YouTube videos, voting polls, sneak peeks, behind the scenes, a separate shoutout page at the end of each video, first in line to buy MASTERLAB projects as soon as they're made available to sell, and more. This is the ultimate MASTERLAB experience with the opportunity to work alongside me on future MASTERLAB projects. If you were impressed by the AT-AT, just wait and see what we have planned next. So, join the MASTERLAB team, and I appreciate all of you. Now, onto the video. So here's what's inside. This is how everything is packaged up inside. So let's take a look at the figure first, with its articulation. Has rocker ankles, knee articulation, swivel at the thigh, although the holster right here kind of makes it difficult to turn that, but you do get the barbell hip. The torso is on the ball. Arm articulation. This shoulder armor doesn't get in the way. It's pretty nice. Elbow. Gauntlet swivel. And there's the hand articulation. Pretty good. Then for the head articulation, there's barely any. There's barely any because the neck is so thick, and it looks like the head just kind of rests on top of that neck there, so you're not going to get much out of that. Aside from that, it's a pretty good figure. Looks good. The chrome on his armor looks really good. Looks pretty accurate. This sculpt is from the Death Watch, not the Death Watch Mandalorians, the Super Commandos and all that kind of stuff, like the Clone Wars Death Watch Mandalorians that we've seen before. The Airborne Troopers, that's the one that I'm thinking of. Airborne Mandos. It's a great body sculpt. It's a great body sculpt. The only thing that's new is the thighs, because they didn't have this plate here. Instead, the holsters were built on. And then the forearms are new as well. Other than that, it's pretty much the same recycled sculpt. The face sculpt does look like Tamora Morrison. Here we have one of the accessories. Here's his jetpack. You do get a bit of accessories. Here's his helmet. Thankfully, his helmet is not, it's a separate piece. It's not like the Axe Wolves, which I was kind of nervous if we were getting that or not, but where it looks like it's like a little too big and oversized because you gotta fit a head over it. But thankfully that's not the case. You just pop the head out and then put the helmet on, and that looks a lot better. The rangefinder does go down and come back up. And for his next set of accessories, he does come with the Westar 34s. One thing about his left gauntlet is that it looks a little big because it needs to be able to fit the flamethrower effect. I'm glad they came with that. This came with that accessory. By the way, his Westar 34s do holster into they do go into the little leg holsters in here. And then the other set of accessories are the flame effects for the jetpack. There are holes underneath the thrusters that you could just attach these into, like so. If you guys didn't know, I made a Jango Fett custom myself. Here he is. I made him probably like a year and a half ago. Yeah, year and a half ago already. And this one was basically made out of the airborne trooper body mold. So I'm gonna compare these guys with Hasbro's body molds, see how they match up. So right away you can tell that the jumpsuit is a little different. On mine I kind of used like a light blue hue as opposed to Hasbro looking a little bit more accurate in my opinion. It's kind of like a light bluish purple. The armor I used Elclad, and then the belt I got from, I think it was a 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones Jango Fett. I'm 100% wrong, I think, but I can't remember. I just grabbed the belt and the Westar 34s, and then I put the belt on the airborne trooper. The jetpack is pretty much the same. The helmet, I tried to get the two lines on the top of the brow, but I wasn't able to do it. Luckily Hasbro was able to do it on their end. The Westar 34s on the Hasbro version are new sculpts. They didn't recycle those from the old Jango mold, which is a good thing. Theirs seem to be a little bit more thinner, a lot thinner actually. Now honestly, I gotta say Hasbro did a really good job with this Jango Fett. Obviously customs usually come out better than like whatever Hasbro ends up making, but this time I think Hasbro pretty much won. Another thing about this release was that a lot of people weren't too happy that it was getting the deluxe price tag. People didn't feel like it deserved that price tag because the single release that came out back in the day of Jango had a lot more accessories crammed into the bubble. I believe he came with a removable rocket for one of his jetpacks, the other jetpack, a poncho, and I think something that slid over his regular head sculpt. It was like a headpiece. So a few people were not too happy about that, and I have to agree with them. I don't think this warrants the deluxe price tag. However, for what it is, it's really good. It's a really good sculpt. They knocked it out of the park with the paint apps. I'm glad that they got those 2 lines on the top of the brow. The holsters pop out quite a bit, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe sand them just a little bit or cut off some of the tops of these without messing up the hole that the West Stars slide into. But yeah, let's do some poses. So there you have it. That's the deluxe release of the Jango Fett that we've been waiting for. Is it a little expensive? Yeah, I don't think it warrants the price tag, but it is a good figure. It's a great sculpt that we all know of. Well, swappable heads, so you don't have to have a helmet to go over the head sculpt. So you don't have that Axe Wolves effect going on, but it comes with the flame effects, the flamethrower attachment. That's why it has like the really big left gauntlet. The holsters are a little poofy. I don't know, I might trim those down a bit, but the West Star 34s look amazing. They're nice and thin. The paint apps on the jetpack look amazing. And it's just a great figure. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.